how should Wasco County balance the economic benefits of large industrial investments like data centers with concerns about water use, infrastructure demands, and transparency and tax incentives?
Right. So I'm gonna include solar farms in this kind of those larger industrial based employers or taxpayers, right? So
which we have several over, like just bake oven and some of those just open and
and
massive
another huge one that is under it's currently under review with the Oregon Department of Energy. So that's one that's up on Juniper Flat area.
Okay.
And so part of it is, one of the things that happens is, yes, there could be a fair amount of money that comes in, that revenue that's generated from those kinds of industrial type projects. But the balance on it needs to be that the communities that are bearing that employer or that company, right, are they benefiting from a reinvestment of that revenue where those impacts occur? Because they're the ones that are having the impacts of the water, the infrastructure, demand on roads, emergency services, all of that. So first and foremost is, here in the Dalles, data center revenue should be looking at supporting infrastructure that this community is supporting. Same thing out in South County where there's the solar farms, right? Is where is the money coming from that to reinvest in the communities and the burdens that those communities bear from having that?
Okay.
I think that we need to look at really increasing the transparency of what's coming in and what the benefits are that the communities are getting from these types of industrial projects. And, I think there's been kind of a lack of transparency. I don't know about you, but some of the tax abatement programs are pretty hard to figure out, well, what is that formula and how much is coming in and where is it going and what is the benefit it's being used for?
Right.
I certainly know that when you look at it from the county perspective, the city's done a pretty good job of trying to outline what that value is.
Yeah.
With the county, it's harder because it comes into the budget, and I think it's just going into reserve funds. And so it's hard to tell, well, how much is coming in and how much is it being used. It's a fundamental right to have drinking water, right? And it's an economic viability issue, right? If you don't have drinking water, you don't have residents, you don't have property taxes, you don't have, a whole host of things. And so I think City of the Dalles is doing the right thing in looking at, okay, how do we plan for now and the future, and how do we reserve or conserve the water that we've already got coming into our system, right?
I'm Lisa Gambee, and I approve this message.